Is this thing functioning? Greetings, brothers and friends and heathens. I am High Priest Markander, and I shall be playing this game starring me and several other less worthy fellows. It is called Thief. I'm not sure I like the sound of that, but we'll just have to see how it goes.
I'm going to the bear pits tomorrow. You want to come with? Couldn't pay me enough. What? You soft belly.
I'm not sure I like the sound of their talk. The bear pits is a most unholy place, filled with death and violence, not sanctioned by the builder. I can barely even stand the thought. My boiler doth overflow with rage.
A few too many to try to get by here.
Well, yes, Garrett. That is correct. Oh, yes, I remember thee, Garrett. Thou hast stolen from me on many an occasion. Well, it is now time for me to repay the favor. With my stealing skills, I shall steal thy honor from thee and give it back to thee immediately, so that thou may enter the builder's paradise, and I shall begin by stealing some arrows. Thou mayest wonder what equipment I have purchased before this mission. Well, I have purchased 1 water arrow and 1 elixir of good health, for in my frail old age, my health is not always the thing that comes first. I must strike my foes with the hammer, and it's bad for the back. I dislike the sewers, but if I'm to play this difficult challenge and come out victorious in the builder's eyes, I'm going to have to take the chance. I shall just have to hold my nose and try to do my best why would thou do this? It doth not make any sense. All right. Perhaps this will lead me out to better pastures. Oh no! I've stolen actual loot. Oh, this is not good. The builder shall judge me harshly. I can't put it down. Perhaps if I simply keep it out of sight, he won't see. Yes, that sounds good. I shall be happy to leave that stench behind me. My brothers, I must confide in thee. Yes, indeed. Well, I seem to just simply be back on the street. I'm not sure I fit well into this role of the evil brigand. But, well, I've started on the path, so there's no going back now. Builder bless thee, sir. I mean thee no ill.
Hey there.
Could you possibly be any more?
What's with the crazy get-up?
Hey, how dare thee insult the builder's crazy get-up? We are not any regular kind of crazy. We are religious zealots, and that's the kind of crazy that me and my brothers can get behind. I'm sure my old bones cannot even take this. Wow. These technologists, descended from the mechanist heathen technology, shall not be the end of me. I shall finish and complete this challenge, if it be the last thing that I do before meeting my maker. These barrels are very ill-fitting. They're messful and cannot be allowed.
Since I'm in here, I might as well pick up something for
Spiders! I hate spiders. One of them bit me once, and almost had me convinced with its evil poison that the builder was not real, and instead, in his place, was a fat man meditating, without long hair or any kind of clothing on his belly whatsoever. Those spiders. I mislike their foul conceptions. They remind me of those heathen pagan witches
inside at last,
dancing around vats. I do despise pagans. I hope that there shall be none in this mission to trouble me. If there are, well, I have ways of dealing with them.
What's wrong with us?
Well, we're fine. But I've been thinking we should watch the outsides.
That's stupid. People to worry about there on the inside.
No, then you catch them before they get inside, you taffer.
Oh!
That's a fair job, but I think thee could definitely stand to release a bit more physical discipline upon that ignorant buffoon, lest he continue in his rantings and ravings. Why, it almost makes me angry. But, well, a stout old follower of the Builder cannot get too angry, or else one might not have enough energy for the truly important things in life, such as smiting those rats. Those rats. And I'm not even talking about pagans or heathen rats, I mean actual rats. They should not dare their teeth against the Builder's home, or they shall feel the rage of my... What is this? What is this tool? Where is my hammer? I feel unclothed without my hammer. Oh dear, this is not good. I hope I'm not seen in such a state. Without robe, without honor. It would be terrible indeed. But never mind. This is all going to go just fine. Be that as it may, I do retain a manner of nervousness. Oh dear. Perhaps it is good that I wear not my clothes, metaphorically though it may be, for my red uniform might stand me out rather much against the walls. Perhaps I'm not cut out to be such a thief after all, which is suiting me just fine, as they are a whole bunch of heathens, although it does sound a bit fun. Perhaps I should scout my journey with this handy map that I was given by Farkas, or some such evildoer whose name that just doesn't bear mentioning. My old eyes can't read a single word on this, I'm afraid. All I can see is a strange fish tank type shape. Well, I'm just going to have to wing it, as the young brother acolytes say. You see, this guard has an excellent job. He patrols back and forth in this hallway, such that it would be very difficult to run past him, if one were wearing clothes or not. It doesn't really matter to this man. He's a little progressive for my blood. I think he may be a mechanist. Art thou a heathen? I shall smite thee. That felt good. I have not smitten a heathen in too long, my brothers. My bloodlust does rage up, so much so that I have difficulty forming words, but that's merely what happens. Dear, it looks like I have circled around. Perhaps I should lay back and check on my objectives. Well, I've snuck into the manor. I need to steal the jeweled scepter. Well, that sounds like it could be dangerous, but, well, this is normal mode, so it can't be that difficult. An old heathen slayer like myself must not allow himself to be too taxed by trivial matters, lest his mind stray from his obsession with this. Thou art mine now, thou unconscious evildoer. Oh, well, I'm starting to feel the vigor flowing through my veins now. Let's eat an apple in celebration. The vigor is rising. Eating red makes me see red. I am prepared to take on any challenge that might present itself to me. Oh, these stairs. The vigor is leaving me. Oh, that was heavy. I'm sorry, I seem to have tripped in a most ungentlemanly fashion. But, well, what lady of the cloth would want an old fool like me, anyway? Oh dear, brothers, oh dear. Well, continuing on, I suppose it can't hurt to explore a little before I get to the scepter. I only hope the builder forgiveth me, perhaps by calling everyone here a heathen and treating them as such. The builder shall be convinced of my good deeds. I must admit that to hold faith in a lifelong fashion, for one as old as I, doth take much stricture and reading of scripture. And, well, sometimes one doth have doubts, but, well, nevertheless, one must always push them aside, so that one must have faith enough to be able to read. My old eyes cannot read this either. My faith is leaving me. I needeth more vigor. I needeth more. My faith is restored in the mighty builder, for he provideth these apples and this cheese, and he provideth the means to masticate. And he saith, Yea, thou shalt masticate on those apples and cheese, until I telleth thou to stop and cease, until I presenteth thou with a legal contract, informing thou that thou should cease and desist eating those apples and cheese. Oh dear, an old fellow such as myself must sometimes go on rather at length with his speech. It's just something that occurs with age. You'll understand. Perhaps I can read this. To all staff, the sir will be taking his diner and ostrich out tonight, so domiciles and manservants have the night tree. Oh dear, I don't understand. My poor heart. I don't know if I can handle any much more of this, brothers. Perhaps some of the younger disciples might perform a little better than I. Perhaps I should have hired them, but, well, you just can't trust the young disciples these days. No, all they're interested in is gold and power and fame and fortune. They are not interested in the ways of the builder. No, these days, things are just not what they used to be. It just makes me want to destroy some personal property of a heathen. It's noble. I can't stand his fatness. Ooh. What? I hope I'm not breaking in too much. I wouldn't want to get arrested and thrown into the jail in the afterlife. But what have we here?
Hey,
what have we here?
What was that?
Sonny boy, what do you think you're doing? Standing in my way? No one stands in the way of a builder, or a hammer of justice. I shall steal thine key as a symbol of the good faith in my power.
How pretentious can you get?
Indeed, a proper high priest doth take a vow of poverty. I only hope that no one notices that footage earlier of me stealing the crown. That would be bad. But, well, in for a penny, in for a shilling!
Here we go.
I must admit, I do rather begin to enjoy the thieving lifestyle. Well, my brothers, that was a little tense and a little bad for my old heart, but I got there in the end. And, well, I think I'll turn heathen, as it seems to be much more fun. Well, perhaps I shall speak to thee again, but until that time, I shall take the pagan's oath and die for now. Would ye?